Title: Journey to the Center of Light, the first step toward enlightenment. In this opening chapter, I invite you into the world of the son of Asoka, Gautama Buddha, who once sat beneath a banyan tree and turned the ordinary into the extraordinary. The story of his renunciation illustrates the depth of his approach to enlightenment. Having grown up in luxury, when he encountered old age, illness, and death, he saw the endless cycle of suffering that bound ordinary lives. He renounced his throne, carried away only a single robe, and set out to find freedom. This act of letting go is a living example of how the heart can choose meaning over comfort. Gautama Buddha once remarked, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." This powerful insight reminds us that enlightenment starts within. If we wish to transcend worldly noise, we first silence our thoughts. A practical step today could be to practice 5 minutes of silent breathing each morning. Notice the thoughts that arise, and then let them pass like clouds. Repeat this daily, and you will notice a quiet center growing. The key principle he taught was the middle way, balance between indulgence and asceticism. If we cling too tightly to desires, we bind ourselves. If we detach too sharply, we become numb. Find the sweet spot where compassion, wisdom, and practice meet. Imagine you have a task at work that consumes you. Instead of burning with anger, apply the middle way, engage with care, then step back to observe your reaction. You will navigate challenges with calm and purpose. In concluding this first chapter, remember that enlightenment is the mind's ability to see with clarity. Your first practical step is to notice when you are in a state of craving or aversion and gently bring awareness back to the present. Each moment of mindful presence is a seed planted toward awakening. If you are enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe for more revelations. Title: The Pillars of Awakening, Cultivating Awareness, Compassion, and Mindful Effort. In this chapter, we dig deeper into the 3 pillars that support the road to enlightenment in Buddha's teachings. These pillars are not abstract. They are simple habits that, when practiced consistently, transform the way you see yourself and the world. The first pillar, Sakka or truth, urges us to see reality as it is. Buddha once said, "All that we perceive is only a reflection of our own conditioned mind." Imagine you face criticism from a colleague. Rather than react defensively, view this as an opportunity to reflect on where your own fears lie. Each reflection is a step toward truth. The second pillar, Sila or ethical conduct, highlights the importance of loving kindness and non-harm. When you choose to treat others with respect, you soften your own emotional burdens. Practice a simple act of generosity this week. Offer a listening ear to someone you know is struggling. Notice how this tiny gesture lifts both of your spirits. The third pillar, Samadhi or deep concentration, guides us toward a calm mind that can perceive insight. Buddha taught that, when the mind is stable, it becomes a mirror for wisdom. A daily meditation practice of 10 minutes can train your mind to settle. Begin each session by focusing on breath, and when thoughts surface, gently return attention to the breath, like a boat returning to its anchor. Conclusion: each pillar interlocks to create a sturdy foundation. Remember that the journey to enlightenment is a series of small, intentional choices, seeking truth, acting ethically, and cultivating calm. Each choice strengthens your inner resilience. If you are enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe for further insights. What small act of truth, ethics, or concentration can you commit to today that will deepen your inner peace? Title: Walking the Path, How Buddha Practiced Enlightenment in Everyday Life. Here we look at how Buddha's own life was a living laboratory of enlightened practice. He did not simply preach, he lived out his principles, turning the ordinary into lessons of awakening. When Buddha found himself alone on a mountaintop after many years of solitude, he realized that enlightenment cannot be achieved in isolation from the world. He returned to the village and taught the same compassion he had cultivated in the forest to everyone he met. This taught us that real awakening is a service to others. Imagine you volunteer at a local food bank. In serving hunger, you practice compassion and gain a deeper sense of purpose. Gautama Buddha often used stories to illustrate depth. One such story tells of a monk who asked, "Master, how do I find enlightenment?" Buddha replied, "Stop looking for it in distant realms, look inward." This reminder that the path was within all along, not hidden in some far place. Reflect on what you are actively avoiding in your life, an argument, a dream, a fear, and consider how confronting it might reveal a deeper truth. Another example is his daily practice of mindful walking. Each step was deliberate, each breath a reminder of interconnectedness. You can incorporate mindful walking into your commute. Count your steps, feel the earth beneath, and notice the rhythm of your breath. This simple act brings consciousness to ordinary movement. Conclusion: enlightenment is a continuous dance between inner work and outer action. By weaving compassion into service, insight into daily tasks, and mindfulness into simple acts, you practice the principles that Buddha himself followed. If you are enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe for more enlightenment moments. When was the last time you turned a routine activity into a practice of presence? How can you do that again tomorrow? Title: Turning Insight into Action, Practical Enlightenment for the Modern Soul. The modern world presents distractions in abundance, yet the principles of enlightenment remain as relevant as ever. This chapter translates Buddha's timeless wisdom into concrete steps that fit into today's fast pace. First, practice the digital pause. Set a timer for 9 minutes every morning, and during that time, stay off all devices. Use this as a mini meditation, focusing solely on breath. When thoughts arise, gently bring them back to breath. This small act creates the calm necessary for clarity in a noisy environment. Second, cultivate mindful communication. Instead of reacting impulsively, pause before you speak. Consider if your words will help or harm. If you feel anger rising, inhale slowly, exhale slowly, and speak with compassion. This transforms conflicts into opportunities for growth. Third, adopt a gratitude journal. Each night, write 3 simple things you were thankful for that day. This practice aligns with Buddha's teaching that contentment comes from the mind. When you are content, you are less likely to chase external validation, and you grow closer to inner freedom. Fourth, give space to the present. Use cues like the sound of rain or the smell of coffee to bring you into now, just as Buddha taught his followers to be in the present moment. Each cue acts as a reminder that the present is the only point in which the mind can truly practice and grow. Conclusion: enlightenment is not a philosophical abstraction but a toolbox for daily life. By setting digital boundaries, speaking mindfully, expressing gratitude, and anchoring yourself in the present, you create a living practice that invites clarity and peace. If you are enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe for more guided wisdom. Which one of these practices will you start with first, and why? Title: Beyond the Summit, Continual Growth and the Eternal Quest for Enlightenment. Every journey ends with a new beginning. The final chapter invites you to reflect on the path you have walked and the horizons ahead. Gautama Buddha reminded us that enlightenment is not a finish line, it is a new way of being. That is a call to keep moving, learning, and deepening. First, commit to continual study. Read ancient teachings, modern commentaries, or simply observe nature. Each new perspective enriches your understanding, just as a new layer of soil supports a taller tree. Setting aside 15 minutes daily to read or reflect keeps the mind nourished. Second, embrace the practice of impermanence. Each moment is a fleeting gift. Notice how clinging to past successes or future anxieties pulls you away from the present. By practicing letting go, you allow new opportunities to arise and welcome change with grace. Third, extend compassion outward. Every act of kindness ripples beyond the individual. Volunteer, mentor, or simply offer a smile to a stranger. These small acts create a community of awareness, echoing the collective journey toward enlightenment. Conclusion: the road does not end at the peak. It becomes an ongoing practice that invites you to listen to your intuition, to act with love, and to remain open to learning. Each moment is a chance to refine the mind's clarity. If you are enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe for more enlightenment stories. What will you change in your routine today to stay closer to your inner truth?